The following is a video on the series Ajin Demi-Human and an analysis of its action sequences. For those of you who don't know, Ajin Demi-Human is a manga and anime series created by Gamon Sakurai and revolves around a character named Kei Nagai who discovers the power of immortality, granting him infinite lives. That is the essential premise of the series, but for the actual full-length explanation on how Gamon Sakurai takes this relatively simple idea and moves it around in the series, I would highly suggest you to go and check out the series for yourself. In a previous video I made on Ajin, I talked about how its anime adaptation, the CGI nightmare that it was, made Ajin's popularity plummet. I still stand by it because upon rereading the manga one more time, I've come to the conclusion that had the animation studios done justice with the anime, we would have gotten to see action sequences and fights that would be as exhilarating as the fights in Berserk and Vagabond. It's a pretty bold statement, I know, but if you read the manga, you'd know that it's not just hyperbole. It's an opinion that most critical readers would agree with. In the context of Ajin Demi-Human, the elements that makes the action sequences in the manga enjoyable and impactful are specifically tailored to the unique world and stories of the series by the author Gamon Sakurai. The action sequences in Ajin Demi-Human revolve around the unique abilities of the Ajin characters. The manga showcases the various ways in which Ajins can use their black ghosts to fight, strategize, and outsmart their opponents. Some are efficient in hand-to-hand combat, some have a knack for strategic fighting, while some can use firearms with precision and accuracy. There are characters who both themselves and through their black ghosts can do all of the above. The utilization of these abilities along with their limitations and drawbacks adds a certain depth and intrigue to the action sequences. Now, the series often incorporates elements of suspense into its action sequences. The manga builds tension by presenting high-stakes situations, life-or-death conflicts, and strategic decision-making. This creates a sense of uncertainty and keeps readers on the edge of their seats, eagerly anticipating the outcome of the action. There are so many examples of this. From the final stand between Sato and Nagai at the Air Force Base, to the fight between the military forces and Sato's underlings, to Sato literally crashing an airplane, there are so many examples to work with. The action sequences in Ajin Demi-Human often explore moral and ethical dilemmas faced by the characters. The manga delves into the consequences of their actions and the choices they make during combat. This adds complexity to the action as characters grapple with their own values and the implications of their decisions. Now, perhaps the best thing that Ajin Demi-Human does is that it incorporates psychological warfare and mind games into its action sequences. The manga focuses on the mental and emotional aspects of combat, with characters using their intellect and manipulation to gain an advantage over their adversaries. The psychological element adds an extra layer of depth and intrigue to the action. This can be seen in the many moments where Sato had essentially played Nakai Kei for a fool. Now, these sequences also serve as opportunities for character development and growth. The choices made by the characters during combat reveals their strengths, weaknesses, and personal transformations. The action sequence contribute to the overall character arcs, making the battles not only visually engaging but also emotionally resonant. Now, all of this combined with the design of Ajin and the various elements that come with it makes Ajin truly a great series. Let's talk a little bit about Ajin's character design. The design of the series, including its character and the world they inhabit, incorporates elements of fluidity, humanism, and realism. The series also features the design of IBMs, the stands of Ajin, and the portrayal of human emotions like anger and hatred. Let's dig deeper into these aspects. Ajin's design has a cool fluidity to it. The characters' movements in the manga are dynamic and graceful, especially when they showcase their supernatural abilities like the black ghosts and regeneration. The action sequences really capture that fluidity, highlighting the characters' agility and adaptability during combat. Next up, it takes a humanistic approach to its characters and their emotions. Despite being immortal beings, the Ajins experience a range of human emotions and complexities. The manga dives into their fears, desires, and moral dilemmas, making them relatable and human, which also blurs the line between the human and the supernatural. Ajin manages to keep it real by exploring the consequences of the characters' actions. It delves into the societal and political impact of the Ajin's existence, with governments and organizations trying to control or exploit them. The conflicts and power struggles in the story touch on real-world themes like discrimination, ethics, and the abuse of power. The IBMs, aka stands, in Ajin are seriously impressive. They have their own unique abilities and characteristics that reflect their Ajin creators' personality and motivations. The design really emphasizes their combat prowess and their role as powerful tools in the Ajin world. Lastly, Ajin pulls no punches when it comes to portraying human emotions, including anger and hatred. The characters, both Ajin and humans, go through intense emotional experiences that drive their actions and shape their relationships. It adds depth and complexity to the story, showcasing the raw and authentic portrayal of these emotions. So basically, Ajin nails the balance between fluidity, humanism, and realism in both its design and storytelling. The IBM's design and the depiction of human emotions like anger and hatred all contribute to making the Ajin universe captivating and emotionally engaging. If you liked the video, then do subscribe. Thanks for watching.